9. Jon Z from Sports Talk Chicago joining me. He has a show on Cities 92.9 that's Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m., an explosive YouTube channel. Jon Z, before we get into today's talk about the Bears, let's talk about your show. Why should people tune in?
Yeah, hey, Cat, it's great to be with you. I'm appreciative of being on here, the program today on Cities 92.9. Why should people tune in? Well, we're going to give you the best, the most unfiltered and opinionated Chicago sports coverage out there. We're not worried about pissing people off. We're not worried about towing the line when it comes to things of that nature. We love that we get to say what we want to say all the time. And, thanks to Cities 92.9 and all of our great radio and TV affiliates who give us that opportunity to do it in addition to YouTube. And, don't want to toot my own horn, but the numbers don't lie. People are tuning in because we get to say what we want. And I think that's the reason why the show has grown so much. So certainly appreciative of that. And looking forward to always being on Saturday night, 6 to 7 here, 92.9.
Oh, yeah. So let's get into today's talk, the Bears game. So I got to know your reaction, the unfiltered opinion. What was your reaction to the Bears game?
Very disappointing. I did not predict them to win the game. I want to say that first and foremost. But as the game moved forward, the Bears had opportunities to win, including in the fourth quarter, 4 separate times just in that quarter alone. They had so many chances to win that game. They were up for the first half. They were doing really well. Tyson Bagent, backup quarterback who's come in to be the rookie after Justin Fields got hurt, looked amazing. And then the wheels fell off. And then the Bears collapse that we all know too well in the second half occurred. Too many turnovers, 5 turnovers in total for the Bears, 3 interceptions from Bagent, a fumble from Bagent, and a fumble from DJ Moore. And I don't care what kind of football team you are, you're going to have a lot of trouble winning football games with 5 turnovers. To their credit, they were in the game the whole way through, and they only lost by 1 possession. So that's what made it frustrating, that even after all of those mistakes and all those turnovers, they were right in the thick of it. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, they couldn't come through, and now they sit in last place. The NFC North, they're the worst team in the NFC North after that loss yesterday.
Wow. And how do you compare? Can we compare Justin Fields and Tyson Bagent? You were talking about some turnovers, a fumble. What do you think of the quarterback Tyson Bagent, and how do you think he did?
Yeah, I think this is a great question. So there's been a lot of talk about this. And before yesterday, there were some rumors, some inklings that maybe if Bagent did really well, the Bears could stick with him and kind of bench Justin Fields and move forward. A lot of people yesterday were also happy to see Bagent fail because they're Justin Fields fans and not Bears fans, or at least Bears analysts. Here's my reaction to all of that. Justin Fields is a top 11 pick. This is his 3rd year in the National Football League. He came from Ohio State, highly touted prospect, great quarterback coming out of college, and we've seen what he's done in a Bears uniform. Tyson Bagent is a Division II undrafted quarterback who's played 3 games in his NFL career. Justin Fields should be doing a lot better. He should be blowing away Tyson Bagent. The fact that we're even having a conversation about who should be starting moving forward goes to show that's more of an indictment on Justin Fields than Tyson Bagent. Tyson Bagent, some D2 undrafted guy who before the preseason nobody even knew about. He actually has gotten starts and has somewhat performed. Yesterday in the second half, the wheels fell off, but the first half was great. The point being, this guy's an undrafted D2 quarterback, and he is playing toe-to-toe with a top 11 pick, a first-round pick, a guy the Bears traded up for, who's in his 3rd year and could be looking for a $200 million contract extension. So, in my opinion, there's almost no comparison. Tyson Bagent, to his credit, has impressed more. The numbers have been the same between the two, but that's just more of an indictment on Fields for how much stock he has, how good he's supposed to be, and then the numbers and the production that follow.
And, I mean, what do you think that the Bears should do about the quarterback moving forward? What should they do with the position? Give it over to Tyson?
I think down the road, Bagent might get more opportunities here. I think he's going to be a very good backup, a competent QB in the NFL. I think moving forward with the Bears having a couple of potential first-round picks after this season, they may have to go draft another quarterback again. And a lot of Bears fans don't want to hear that, but if they're going to end up having 2 top 10 picks like it seems that they will, it's not a bad idea to go out and take the top prospect in this class coming up. Probably going to do better, or at least have more hope behind him than somebody like Justin Fields, who through 3 years just has not proven that he is definitively the guy. He's had moments, but he's never
Mhm.
proven it fully. We haven't seen enough from him to say, I'm comfortable giving him a $200 million contract. I haven't seen enough to say that. And a lot of Bears fans and even front office personnel feel the same way right now, too.
And I want to talk about the head coach too, Matt Eberflus. Is he going to be safe in this next season?
Boy, I hope not. There have already been rumors and rumblings that by the end of this season, he's probably going to go. Nothing has been official yet, but the Bears are once again at the bottom of the NFC North. Last year, they finished with their worst record in team history at 3-14, and Eberflus has the lowest winning percentage of any Bears head coach since the inception of the franchise in the 1930s. Not to mention the fact that he's had two key coaches, staff members resign this season due to HR complaints, quote unquote, within the Bears organization. So, not a good culture over there. Another last place season, more issues and more things going on inside and off the field. I think it's only a matter of time before the Bears end up saying we got to at least let him go. Ryan Poles might be safe, the general manager, but I think Matt Eberflus, with all the dysfunction and drama that has surrounded this team from last year going through this year, it's going to be really tough for him to stay and to survive come the end of this season.
Well, and amidst all of this, they're looking to move from Soldier Field, and there hasn't really been like a whole. I mean, I think they've looked at like, I don't know, 10, maybe 10 different locations, right? Have you heard anything about that?
So I've not heard anything specifically. I know that there are other cities still trying to submit bids to try and bring the Bears over. There hasn't been much movement on it. I know, Aurora, Naperville, Waukegan, Richton Park. Obviously, the Bears own the land parcel, the former Arlington racetrack in Arlington Heights. It was a $200 million acquisition of land, and the teardown on that land's already occurred. So the Bears were supposed to move there. But yet, all these cities are coming through, and the Bears are having conversations with all of them. I don't know where they're going to end up going. I would say, if it were up to me, just stick with Arlington Heights. You already bought the land. You already had the demolition. People already know you're going to kind of be going there, and you could build a state-of-the-art stadium there. But a lot of other cities have come forward, and the Bears have had meetings with some of these cities, some of the ones that I mentioned. So it's anyone's guess what they're going to do. My personal guess is, though, they're probably going to stay in Arlington, but they are having meetings with other cities and municipalities.
Hmm. And what should we be looking for the rest of the or from the rest of the season from the Bears? What should we be looking for?
I'm just hoping we see some progress from some of these younger players. Rookie running back Roschon Johnson got some carries in yesterday's game coming off an injury. I'd love to see some progress from people like him. Other guys are going to be fighting for contracts and roster spots for next year. Maybe somebody like Tyson Bagent, even as a backup role. Deontay Foreman, he's certainly impressed at the running back position. The Bears brought him in from Carolina. He was inactive for the first couple of games and now has really turned it on once he's gotten an opportunity. And I'm really hoping, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners will agree if they've seen the Bears play these past couple of years, I'm really hoping by the end of this season, Velus Jones Jr., the Bears kick returner and wide receiver, is cut and is no longer a part of this team. He's made too many mistakes, too many issues on his part. Can't even catch a football. I'm really hoping that they end up cutting him by the end of the year, too. So some minor storylines to watch. Certainly player progress is going to be key, but also by the end of this season, hopefully we'll all have a better idea of the direction of this team moving forward, what they're going to do at head coach, what they're going to do at quarterback. There are going to be a lot of questions moving forward, and we're going to have to watch closely to see what they end up doing.
Interesting. Well, John Z, thanks so much for tuning in or for calling in. And folks, watch his YouTube videos. They're captivating on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel at Sports Talk Chicago. Just find him on YouTube or tune in Saturday night starting at 6 p.m. on Cities 92.9. John Z, where do we find you? Where are your coordinates?
Yep, you can find me at John Z Sports all over social media, or follow the the show account at Sports Talk Chicago. And as Kat said, hey, we're doing some great stuff on YouTube. Happy to always plug Cities 92.9 on there, along with all of our radio and TV affiliates. We're regionally syndicated now. Obviously, a big thank you to Cities for being one of our stations on our syndication list. And we're super happy and super excited for this continuing partnership. So appreciative of the time and hope everybody continues to tune in.